This video is going to evaluate the value of sport and physical activity to support wider development goals. First of all, sport is defined by Oxford Dictionaries as an activity involving physical exertion and skill, in which an individual or team competes against each other for entertainment. In relation to sport for development, sportanddev.org defines sport as sport is generally understood to include physical activities that go beyond competitive sports. Sports development can be defined as a process whereby effective opportunities, processes, systems and structures are set up to enable and encourage people in all or particular groups and areas to take part in sport and recreation, or to improve their physical performance to whatever level they desire. Where a sport can use the value of effort as well as controlling how to manage victory and defeat to be a powerful tool in helping the United Nations achieve the Millennium Development Goals. In particular, the 8th MDG, which is creating a global partnership for development. Sport plays a role in developing networks through governing bodies, governments and organisations. Sport also plays a role in helping to reach other development goals, such as number 3, promote gender equality and empower women. Sport helps this by increasing self-confidence, self-esteem and control over your body. Number 5 is improve maternal health. Sport supports this by offering girls and women better access to services about reproductive health, as well as fitness levels helping postnatal recovery. This is particularly important as sport is one of the main sources of togetherness in the form of Olympism. Founded by Coubertin in 1894, Olympism is creating a way of life based on the educational value of good example, respect for universal fundamental ethical principles, and the joy of effort. The idea of Olympism is using sport to promote the preservation of human dignity and a peaceful society. Football is most commonly used in sport for development and peace programs. Grassroots soccer is a prime example. It promotes prevention and awareness of HIV and AIDS in Africa through soccer. UNICEF stands for the United Nations Children's Fund. It is an international organisation that was set up initially in 1946 to provide support for children from the effects of the Second World War. It comprises of over 7,000 people in 157 different countries worldwide. UNICEF believes that sport plays a vital role in children's lives, developing self-confidence, motivation and promoting active lifestyles. There are many famous ambassadors for the organisation, including Andy Murray, Jack Whitehall and Sir Alex Ferguson, who use their elevated status to bring awareness to this organisation. Soccer Aid, created by Robbie Williams and Jonathan Wilkes in 2006, is an event that uses sport to bring people together to promote raising money for international development. Celebrities such as Gordon Ramsay and John Bishop face up to true legends of the game, for example Zinedine Zidane and Ronaldinho. To date, 24.7 million has been raised. The money has helped provide nutritious food, clean water, vaccines, as well as prevention of abuse in countries that need it most, for example Congo and Djibouti. Soccer Aid is such a success as it brings together fans of the world's most followed sports, put aside rivalries and help the less fortunate. It gets footballers and celebrities to use their elevated level of fame for a good purpose. FIFA invested billions prior to the 2014 World Cup and the 2016 Olympic Games in Brazil. FIFA says that it covered the operational cost of the tournament that added up to $2 billion. Brazil spent $11.6 billion on the World Cup. More than 85% of this came from federal and state budgets, which could have been used developing the country elsewhere, for example education. As a matter of fact, the cost of the World Cup is the equivalent to 61% of the country's education budget. The Guardian reported that the World Cup was framed as a reason for the people of Brazil to be proud, but instead their economy is shattered, and the Supreme Court is investigating officials in relation to bribes for contracts. In relation to Rostov's law, 5 stages of development, this is like Brazil using the World Cup to move from the take-off stage to the drive to maturity stage. The modernisation theory also very much applies here, as it is about a traditional society and the transformation it has to go through to match the rest of Europe. Here, Brazil has had to majorly upgrade its transport links, stadiums and resources to match up to the expectations of FIFA for the World Cup.
Created using Powtoon.